Like to welcome everyone in. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and we are desperately trying to get some kind of signal here as there's the pitch by Mason, and it's taken for a strike by Norton. So quickly ahead in the count, the delivery, and that one is just off the plate. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. As Paisley Norton is back in the box, Mason makes quick work as the pitch and took a little bit off of that one, had her fooled. She does foul it back, gets a piece of it. So again, Norton back in the box, and here's the pitch from Mason. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. So I believe, if I'm counting correctly, that is the fourth strikeout on the night for Mason. As now Hazel will come to the plate. Lindley Hazel, they call her LJ, as Mason is getting the sign, and she's reading that off of the armband that she has there. I believe now she's set. Hazel's in the box, and here's the pitch. Swung on, a little chopper to short, and let's see, the throw across is in time, yes. So an excellent play there by the shortstop of Huntland, that being Katera Johnson. So quickly 2 down here in the third. So I believe we are back to the senior Zoe Blackwell. She hit a grounder to third and was thrown out at first back in the first inning. If you're just joining us, we apologize, having all kinds of issues going between Verizon, T-Mobile, and everything else. 3-0 is our score. Huntland leads it. And Mason on the mound, and here's the pitch. And that one fouled back. So Blackwell just a little late on that one, as now she finds herself in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Already 2 outs here in the third. Norton struck out, and Hazel the ground out at short. Mason trying to make quick work of them. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Just trying to see if Blackwell would chase. Makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two down here in the third. Mason the pitch. And that one inside hits the dirt. Blackwell, good eye. And has fought back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She's back in the box. Mason has got the sign, and here's the pitch. Took some speed off of that one and struck her out. So she did not get a piece of that one as she looked back with frustration at the umpire. So she goes down swinging. So 3 up, 3 down go the Lady Bulldogs, and we go to the fourth. It is 3-0. Huntland leads it. You're listening on the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
So welcome back in, top of the fourth here in Cornersville. And we do apologize. We have had all kinds of technical difficulties with equipment, routers, Signal, T-Mobile, Verizon, you name it, we've had an issue with it. So we're trying to get this in, hopefully through an audio broadcast. 3-0, Huntland leads it. It started out with Katera Johnson back in the first. She walked and then went on to second and was able to come around and score. And then we had 2 runs scored in the second, Counts and Bolin. Both of them got on with walks and came around to score for Huntland. So 3-0 is where we find ourselves here in the top of the fourth. And Counts will lead it off here for the Lady Hornets. Peyton Counts, the junior, as Peters is set, and here's the pitch. And that one inside. In fact, it almost got a piece of the jersey. Counts stood her ground. Was not going to back down to see if she could get the easy hit by pitch. But Peters will come back. We'll do it again. Here's the delivery, and that one is across for a strike. So evens the count at 1 apiece. Top of the fourth. Counts leading it off. Huntland with the 3-0 lead. Peters the pitch. That one way high. And Counts does not give chase. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As now she's back in the box. Peters looks on the wristband, gets the sign. She's ready, and here's the pitch. That one called a ball, though it did look good from our vantage point. But good eye there by Counts as the count goes to 3 balls, 1 strike. No outs here. Counts. And that one is ball 4, so she'll take the base. So a runner aboard again here in the fourth. So Huntland with a runner aboard in every inning. Now back in the third, it was due to an error. But regardless, they have had somebody out on the bases in all 4 innings. So Counts is at first, and that one is a shot as that was going to find its way down into the outfield between left and center. And that is a shot by Bolin. So she's aboard with a single, and Counts moves on to second. So 2 runners on and nobody out. As Emmeline Inns will step in. And she was the one that had the long solo shot that scored the runners. As back in the second inning, she had a shot to the fence, and she hit it so hard that she was only able to get the single, but the damage was done. So she's back up to the plate with 2 runners on again, and nobody out. The pitch, and that one inside, and they'll take it to third for the force out, throw across to first for the double play, and they throw it a little high. So they get the out at first, and runners will be at the corners for Huntland. So Bolin makes her way over to third, as the errant throw is what gets Annie's on over at first. And now let's see who comes to the plate. It will be in the form of Millie Walker. So again, Counts out at third on the force play. And then a heads-up play by Bolin, who was going to second after she saw that they were going to throw across the diamond for the double play attempt. She scooted on to third as the errant throw was made over to first. So we do have runners at the corners. And Walker to the plate. She has struck out and grounded out. So let's see what she comes up with here in the fourth. And that one in the dirt. In fact, it was in front of the plate. So 1 ball, no strikes. Huntland leads at 3-0, but they are threatening here in the top of the fourth. Peters is set, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and it's hit over to second. Throw to second is in time for the force out. So Bolin will come around to score, so Huntland puts another one on the board, and they lead it 4-0. We have the fielder's choice as Walker is standing over on first base, and now the Cornersville head coach, that being Nathan Polk, going to have a discussion with the field umpire. And now he is going to call over the home plate umpire, and they're going to have a talk. So again, a runner at first, and Katera Johnson would be the batter for the Lady Hornets. And now they're going to call out at first. And I'm not sure what happened there unless it was interference was called. I did not see it from my vantage point, but that's going to be the call, and that will end the inning. So we have played 3.5. We'll come back with the bottom of the fourth with Huntland leading 4-0.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started. Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
So welcome back in, bottom of the fourth, as Mason gets ahead in the count, as Stinnett is the one leading it off here in the bottom of the fourth, as Cornersville finds themselves trailing 4-0. So Stinnett struck out back in the first and takes that one as a strike. Unfortunately, we don't have the advantage of a scoreboard operating. Neither do we have a PA announcer. So trying to keep up with everything the best that I can here. As Mason's set, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And struck her out. So Stinnett goes down swinging for the second time tonight. And if I'm counting correctly, I believe that is the 6th strikeout. So I've got it down as 6 and maybe unofficial there. But one out here in the bottom of the fourth. So Begley will come up back in the first, grounded out over to the third baseman, Walker. As Mason is set here with one out here in the fourth. The pitch, that one outside. So 2 balls, no strikes to Amelia Begley. So she's ahead in the count, and not many Lady Bulldogs have been able to brag about that tonight, as Mason has been excellent. The delivery, and that one is in there for a strike, so battles back, 2 balls, 1 strike. As Begley trying to get aboard, Cornersville desperate for some base runners as they trail 4-0. The windup and the pitch, and that one fouled off, and again Mason has fought back on a batter and got back in this thing. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Mason checks the wristband. She's got the sign. And here's the pitch. And that one fouled off, so Begley does stay alive. as she couldn't quite catch up with the speed of that one, but able to just get a piece of it. And that's what you want to do, just stay alive in this situation. One out here in the fourth. Stinnett out on the strikeout. And let's see if Mason can add another one to it. The pitch. Frozen! Strike three. So 2 strikeouts here in the fourth. And now Wharf will come to the plate. She struck out on her lone attempt back in the second inning. So let's see if Mason can go 3 for 3. The pitch, and that one driven into left field. It's going to go foul, but it's playable, and it is caught. So a nice play out in left field. That being Nadeline Boland. She makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down go the Lady Bulldogs here in the fourth. We'll be back with 5th inning action as Huntland leads at 4-0. You're listening on the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started. Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
So the 5th inning about to get underway as Johnson will be at the plate for the Lady Hornets. She was at the plate in the 4th when the interference was called. Of course, verified with the umpires that the run did count. So Huntland leads at 4-0, and Johnson will come back, and there's a shot into center field. That is deep and caught. So Johnson with a nice shot there, but Blackwell had a track on it. So a long first out here in the 5th as Stewart will step to the plate. She was able to get aboard back in the 1st with a single and then was stranded at 2nd. She had a ground out back in the 3rd. So 1 for 2 on the night for Stewart. Here's the pitch, and that one in the dirt right before it even arrived to the plate. So Stewart ahead in the count 1-0. 4-0. Huntland leads it here in the 5th. As now Stewart will ask for time, and she'll back out of the box. Stewart steps back in. Peters is set. And here's the pitch. And that one again in the dirt. So Peters once again struggling as the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. So Johnson with the long fly ball to center for the first out, and now Stewart at the plate. Swung on, foul ball. So good job by Peters to try to get back in on the count here and this at bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stewart is back in the batter's box. She's set and ready, and Peters sends it home, and this one again in the dirt right in front of the plate. So all 3 balls in this at bat have fallen short of the plate. And now a timeout called as they were trying to get that foul ball back in to the umpire here. Overshot him a little bit, but now he's got it. So Stewart making her way back into the box as she has got the favorable count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Peters is set, and here's the pitch. That one way outside, and Stewart is aboard. So Stewart on with the walk. And again, looking through the scorebook here, Huntland has had a base runner in every inning, so the streak continues as Mason comes to the plate. She had a fielder's choice back in the first, and then she popped out to center in the 3rd inning as that ball is high. Take a peek at the runner down at first, that being Stewart, as she gets back quickly. So Mason back in the box. Peters is set, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and that one's going to find its way beyond the second baseman. It's going to be good enough just for a single as it trickles into right field. So Stewart will make her way to second. Mason is on with a single. So 1 out, 2 runners aboard for Lily Jackson. Or excuse me, it would be Nadeline Boland. So maybe I apologize. Maybe I missed something there. Or excuse me, that is Jackson. In the pass, the ball gets past the catcher. Runners advance to second and third. So my apologies. Maybe I just have their numbers incorrect. And I believe I do on the roster. So regardless, Jackson is at the plate. Runners at second and third. And here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's smoked into left field. 1 run will score. They'll hold the runner at the corner. So Jackson with an RBI single. And that makes the score Huntland 5, Cornersville nothing, with runners at the corners. So now let's see what Riddle will do. And there goes the runner. And Jackson will swipe second with no throw down. So Jackson now at second. And Riddle back in the box. The pitch swung on, and that one hooked foul down the third base line. It does get out of play. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Riddle back in the box with runners at second and third. There's the pitch, and that one fouled off. So Riddle and Peters battling as the senior trying to push across a couple of more runs as Huntland leads at 5-0. And that one pitched way too high, maybe just seeing if Riddle would try to chase something there. So again, Peters finds herself in a little bit of a jam here. Lady Hornets at second and third as Riddle gets back in the box. Peters is set, and there's the delivery, and gets away from the catcher. Runners will not advance. And that was strike 3, and she's actually going to get on first as it was not caught by the catcher. 1 run will score. They possibly could have sent around 2. So a lot of action on that one is the best way to explain it. It was strike 3. It was not contained by the catcher. As the bat went around, she offered at it. They threw down to first, and then that got away from the first baseman. So after all that, Riddle's aboard. 1 run scores, and now it is Huntland 6, Cornersville nothing. So runners at the corners for the Lady Hornets, and that'll bring up Peyton Counts. And Riddle will take off, and she'll take second easily. Obviously, no throw down with a runner over at third. So we've got Riddle at second. Jackson's over at third. Jackson with one of the RBIs. And Counts is at the plate. So runner second, third. Here's the pitch. And that one hits the plate. And that was actually an excellent job there by Paisley Norton, the catcher for Cornersville, to keep that one in front of her as it was low in the dirt. And Jackson had a pretty good jump on that one. But she goes back to third base. Again, excellent play by the catcher. Peters, the pitch, swung on, and that one down the third base line, but it's going to go foul. So she'll come back. We'll do it again. 6-0, Huntland leads it here in the fifth as Cornersville desperately trying to get out of this inning. So again, runners second and third. Counts in the box, and there's the pitch, and that one is high. So good eye there by Peyton Counts. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Only good news for Peters is there is room to put her aboard, but then you would have the bases loaded. So Peters looks over at the dugout. Definitely frustration is showing from the body language, and here's the pitch. And that one, ball in the dirt, and the runners thought about going. And they can even on the walk there. But everybody decides to stay put, and now we've got the bases loaded, and I believe that may be all as Coach Polk is going to go to the mound, and we'll see if he comes back with Peters. We're going to take a quick break. The Lady Hornets lead at 6-0. You're listening on the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started. Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
So indeed, Cornersville is going to have a pitching change as number 3, McKinsley Hobby, will come in for Cornersville as she inherits runners at second and, well, actually the bases are loaded. My apologies. From my vantage point, I have to scoot over to see first base. Being blocked by the press box, so bases are loaded. And Bolin takes a ball there. So the roster I was given had Jackson as 16 and Bolin as 18. Apparently that is flip-flopped. But regardless, Bolin is at the plate as the bases are juiced for the Lady Hornets, and that one fouled back and actually bailed out Hobby, as that probably would have been ball 2. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, we appreciate you joining the broadcast as we've had some difficulties with connections and so forth. But we hope the audio is coming across. Bases loaded for the Lady Hornets. The pitch, and that one inside misses the mark. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nowhere to put her. So unfortunately, Hobby has inherited almost an impossible situation here. She has got to get an out as a swing and a miss. So nice pitch there by McKinsley. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The young lady is battling, as I do not have it listed on the roster I was given of what she is in school as far as grade level. But she is battling here as that pitch goes low in the dirt. So full count as Bolin is definitely a threat. She has already scored both times that she's been up to the plate. She walked back in the second. And she singled back in the fourth. Take strike 3. So apparently she was looking for something else there. So what a job here by McKinsley Hobby. She comes in and inherits bases loaded, gets the strikeout, so now 2 down as Bolin and Johnson, the ones responsible for the outs. And another nice pitch there by Hobby, so she's ahead in the count. As Hopkins is to the plate for Huntland. Big swing and a miss there. So Hobby has been impressive thus far. Comes in again with the bases juiced and gets the strikeout of Bolin for the second out of the inning. And now I guess Hopkins is in there for innings, and she is able to fight that one off. So she fouls it off in the dirt. So she remains alive. Again, bases loaded for Huntland. No balls, 2 strikes to Emma Hopkins, the sophomore that just checked in. And the pitch. And that one outside. It hits the backstop. Here comes the runner, and she is safe at the plate. So a bang-bang as Paisley Norton, the catcher, contained the softball and then tried to make the tag at home. May have jammed the wrist a little bit or the arm or the elbow. She is grimacing a little bit as the play at the plate goes in favor of Huntland. They lead it now 7-0 as there's runners at second and third. So a valiant effort by the catcher who tried to take the wild pitch and try to get the tag out at home, but could not. So again, she's still battling with Hopkins, swing and a miss. So swing and a miss, and she's tagged out, and finally the 5th comes to a close. So can Cornersville get something going here in the bottom of the 5th? We'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second break. 7-0, Huntland leads it. You're listening on the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started. Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
Bottom of the 5th, and Cornersville trailing 7-0. And the senior for Huntland, just double checking to make sure. Yeah, Keena Mason is still out there for Huntland. Talked to Coach Tips, and he said that basically she was the go-to gun. There's a quick hit there in the first, and it is not handled in time. So it sort of handcuffed the Huntland first baseman, that one being Annalyn Riddle down there. So it sort of handcuffed her. She was able to stop it, keep it in front of her. So a good job there, but just could not record the out at first. So Cornersville with a timely hit there. As Mason is set, and here's the pitch. And that one is going to go foul. So Peters still in there, batting in that spot with Mackenzie still getting aboard. So a runner at first. Peters, even though she is not pitching, is staying in the contest as she is in the batter's box. Mason is set, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and she got a shot that was a diving attempt, but not caught in center. I was holding my breath. I didn't know if it was going to keep carrying or not. So excellent effort out there in center field. That being by Emily Stewart, just couldn't quite come up with it. So now Mackenzie still finds herself at second. Peters is aboard with a single. And this is by far the best start of an inning for Cornersville as they have 2 runners on. And Mason the pitch, and that one's to the backstop. And the throw down to third, and they say she's safe. So a good job of trying to leg out extra bases by both. So runners at third and second. And meanwhile, it's Hobby, the one at the plate, that had just checked in, that pitched last inning. So that pitch got away, and Cornersville making them pay. Runners at second and third as Hobby will get back in the box. Mason gets the sign, looks down at the wristband, and here's the pitch. And that one called low. So another ball, and that will make the count 1-1. So still at third, Peters at second, and that pitch is outside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As Hobby is at the plate for the Lady Bulldogs, and this is really the most legit threat they've had tonight. Swing and a miss. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cornersville desperately trying to push some across to get back in this one, trailing 7-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Hobby's back in the box, and the pitch, swing and a miss, struck her out. So the first out here in the 5th inning, and is much needed again with runners at second and third. And now the catcher Norton will step back in. She made an appearance back in the 3rd and struck out. Let's see if Mason can get her again. 2 runners in scoring position, the pitch, and that one way outside. The delivery from Mason, and that one fouled down the first base line. So I was trying to check as the count goes to 1-1 on Norton. And I do not have, as that pitch is way high, just seeing if she would chase. I was trying to see what grade level she was in, but it is not listed on the sheet that was given to me. So we've got 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners at second and third for the Lady Bulldogs. They trail 7-0, but would love to get something across here. Norton, the catcher, is set in the box, and the pitch. That one inside and missed. 3 balls, 1 strike. You do have a spot to put her, but you would hate to load the bases with just 1 out. And now time has been called. And the umpire points over to Coach Tips and requests him to come out to the mound with them. So they're having a meeting, the home plate umpire along with Coach Tips And Mason, the pitcher. So that little meeting is adjourned and everyone's back to their spots. Norton, the catcher, at the plate. Struck out back in the third, and the pitch. And that one is a strike. So good job of fighting back by Mason, as she does have runners at second and third. Norton's in the box. She's ready, and here's the pitch from Mason. Off speed, and that did not get her. The umpire deemed that missed the mark, so bases loaded as Norton is aboard with the walk. So you've got Norton at first, Peters at second, Stills at third. And that will bring number 13, Lindley Hazel, or LJ, if you will, to the plate. And she slaps at that one, but that's going to go foul. So Mason ahead in the count. As Keena Mason trying to get out of a pickle. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch, and that one inside. And they are going to double check with the umpire out in the field to see if she went around. I don't believe that she did, and they deemed that it was not an offer. So again, Hazel in the box for Cornersville with the bases loaded and an opportunity to get back into this one. Mason, the pitch, swung on, and that's slapped down the first base line. That is a fair ball, so the out taken at first on the fielder's choice, but Cornersville does push one across. So 2 down here as Hazel hits into the fielder's choice. Still will score. Peters goes on to third, and Norton finds her way down to second. Swung on, slapper, and that's going to get into left field. It gets past the shortstop. 1 run will score. They're going to send another one around, and there's not going to be a play as they check the runner back to first. So Norton comes around and scores. Peters scores. And Cornersville has tacked on a couple more at 7-3. So a big clutch hit there. As I'm waiting to see if it's Stinnett that is still in there for Cornersville. And that one popped up, and that's going to go down the first base line, and it's going to go out of play. So, indeed, Stinnett is in there for Cornersville. And it was Blackwell that did the damage on that shot that got past the shortstop that has put Cornersville on the board, and that one quickly fouled off by Stinnett. So she's in the hole 0-2. But Blackwell, the one that pushes them across, gets Cornersville in. This one 7-3 is our score. Bottom of the fifth inning. Runner aboard at first. The pitch. And the runner's going. The throw down to second. They've got her in time. Yes, sir! Blackwell's gunned down, and that will end the threat. We've played 5. Huntland leads it. You're listening on the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started. Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
So we go to the 6th inning. Cornersville finally breaking into the scoring column. Our score 7-3, as it looks like that Cornersville is going to continue with number 3, McKinsley Hobby, on the mound. So again, we do apologize for the signal issues. We've tried 3 different avenues and just could not get anything to cooperate out here. So we do apologize. Hope the audio is coming across. As again, our score, Huntland leads at 7-3. We will be back in Unionville next week for hopefully a couple of games. And the friendly confines are a lot better with the signal, so we like the home field advantage there. But we do appreciate any of the ones that are out there listening tonight. Again, Huntland leads at 7-3 as Cornersville McKinsley Hobby is getting ready to face number 22, Millie Walker. So the sophomore back to the plate here in the 6th. So Walker's had a strikeout, and then she had a ground out. She's had a fielder's choice. So Walker looking for a hit here in the 6th inning. Hobby is set, and here's the pitch. That one inside and low. That gets away from Norton. But no harm, no foul with no runners aboard. So it caroms its way around the backstop. They finally get the ball back over to Hobby. And she's looking over, finally gets the call from the dugout. As Walker will get back into the box, and here's the pitch. Swung on, slaps that one, and that one actually got a piece of the batter on deck. So it looks like everybody is okay after a little bit of a scare there. My viewpoint is blocked. I can barely see first base unless I lean over from the area where we are here on the deck. But no harm, no foul on that one. We'll come back and do it again. So Walker, grounder up the middle, and that's going to get her aboard. So a nice shot there as Millie Walker has found her way on. So she'll take the single. And now Johnson will find her way back in the box. She walked back in the first and then recorded a out back last inning as a little timeout is going to be called by Cornersville head coach Nathan Polk. He's going to have a discussion with his catcher. Now the home plate umpire is going to walk out. So they're going to call a timeout and maybe another swap here out in the field. And let's see if I can get some eyes on who's coming into right field. It looks like number 13 for Cornersville, so that would be Hazel is going to make her way out into the field. So a substitution defensively there, as Hazel's already been in the game as far as in the lineup for Cornersville. So Walker is aboard for Huntland. As not sure what the holdup is. There shouldn't be any kind of lineup change. That was simply just a swap. And now the umpire does indeed verify that, yelling out no lineup change. So Johnson getting in the box now finally for the Lady Hornets. Runner at first, and here's the pitch from Javi. And that one taken for a strike. As Johnson is back in the box. Javi gets the sign and the pitch. And that one just missed the mark. So that evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 7-3 our score. Huntland leads it here in the 6th inning of this district matchup that is going to bring the season to a close as far as the regular season. Javi set. The pitch swung on, and that's a slapper right up the middle, and that'll put runners at first and second. So Johnson is aboard with the single. So 2 back-to-back singles up the middle. And the Lady Hornets are in business. Walker's at second, Johnson at first, and Stewart to the plate. The junior, she's had a walk and a single. She grounded out once. And that pitch given to her, and that is low. So the numbers on Stewart, she did have that long single back in the first. She did ground out back in the third, and she walked back in the 5th. So Stewart in the box, runners at first and second. Javi set and the pitch. That one misses the mark. And the ball momentarily gets away from the pitcher, but not enough for anybody to advance. So Stewart will dig back in, seeing if she can do some more damage to the Lady Dogs. 2 runners aboard and nobody out. Here's the pitch from Javi, and that misses the mark, low and inside. So 3 balls, no strikes. So let's see what Coach Tips again decides to do here. Twice he's had players with a 3-0 count, and both times they took. See if she gets a green light. She does, and that one is fouled off. It ends up in, or on the playing field, I should say, but definitely fouled off and then went off the runner into the playing field. So we'll come back. We'll try it again. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Stewart given the green light that time. And why not? I mean, she is batting in the 3rd slot, one of your best batters. The 3-1. And that one taken. That'll be ball 4. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. You've got Walker at 3rd. Johnson's on at 2nd. Stewart at 1st. And Mason, the cleanup batter. This is exactly the person that you want up there. So let's see the damage that she can do. She's hit into a fielder's choice back in the 1st. She popped out back in the 3rd. The pitch. And that one is low, misses the mark. And she did have a single back in the 5th, so that's the recap on Mason's work for the night. A fielder's choice popped out and a single. And she steps up here in the 6th with the bases juiced. Javi trying to get out of a mess. 1 ball, no strike, the pitch. And that one misses the mark again. It's low and inside. 2-0, and there's nowhere to put her. So Huntland could really break this thing open. Very, very important pitch here from Mason. As the lights are coming on here in Marshall County. Javi the pitch. Swung on, and that one fouled off. So Javi battling. She gets back into the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one was a little outside, but can't blame Mason for offering at it, but that quite possibly could have been ball 3 that she fouled off there. But Javi will take it. Now she's set, and the pitch. Swung on, chopper to 3rd, knocked down, throw to home, not in time. She's safe. Another runner's going to come around, and she will score as well. So now runners at the corners for Huntland as they pick up 2 there on a shot that Mason had, and I don't know that you would give her a hit there or if you would have given an error to the 3rd baseman, but the throw home just was not there, and it actually hit the helmet and then went off into the backstop, allowing 2 runs to score. So Walker comes around and Johnson scores. So you've got Stewart at third, Mason at first. Jackson to the plate. 9-3, Huntland now leads it, and here's the pitch. Swung on at a little fly ball to short. That's caught. 1 down. They'll try to double up at first. It's not in time. So Jackson, the little fly out to the shortstop. And that was a good grab made there by Stinnett. So 1 down as they've pushed 2 across. 9-3, Huntland leads it. And that'll put Riddle in the box. Swing and a miss as the runner will go down to second. Uncontested, even though she does awkwardly slide into second. And that would be the pinch runner the designated runner, courtesy runner, if you want to use any of those terms. That being number 24, Eliza Hill. And that one called a strike on the inside corner on Riddle. So Annalyn Riddle, the senior, trying to put a couple more across if possible. Hobby's ready. She's got the sign, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and totally had her fooled. And now a run is going to score. They throw down to first. Was that not in time? And no, the umpire calls her safe, so strike 3 was dropped, and the runner was able to get aboard. So a heads-up play by Riddle, who makes it down to first. And another run comes across. So Huntland leads it now 10-3 with runners at the corners. So Stewart comes around to score. A heads-up play by that young lady. And the runner will go down to second, and they had an opportunity to get her, but it's just an errant throw. So now Riddle is down to second. And Eliza Hill, the runner for Mason, is at third. And Hobby is set. That one is a pop into center field, and that is caught. And the runner will tag. Here's the throw. Is there going to be a play? No. So tagged up, and good job there by Eliza Hill to wait, tag up, and Counts has the RBI as she pops out for the second out of the inning. And now let's see what Bolin can do with a runner at second. So 2 down here, but we've picked up 4. So Boland's back in there. Hobby's set, and here's the pitch. So Hobby taking her time as she has stepped back, takes a breath. Now she's ready, and here's the pitch. And that one is low. So 2 balls, 1 strike, as Boland can do a little bit more damage. Huntland's second in the district, and they're showing why here as they have been able to break it open here in the 6th. The pitch from Hobby. And that one is called a strike, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Hobby again taking her time, looking over, getting the signal. Runner at second for Huntland as Boland gets back in the box. The pitch swung on, and she'll foul that one off as it goes down the first base line. So Riddle still standing at second. As Jackson had a fly out, then of course Peyton Counts just had the out moments ago. So 2 down, but still a runner in scoring position. The pitch. And that one called a strike 3 on Bolin, and that'll get Hobby out of the jam. So Huntland does quite a bit of damage here in the 6th. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started. Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
Bottom of the 6th, and Cornersville finds themselves trailing 11-3. Huntland picked up 4 there in the top of the 6th as Walker, Johnson, Stewart, and Eliza Hill scored for Huntland. So Cornersville will have Stinnett leading things off here in the bottom of the 6th. She struck out back in the 1st, also struck out back in the 4th. Mason still on the mound for the Lady Hornets, and a swing and a miss. So ahead in the count once more as Mason tries to make quick work when she can. But now this time the play was called in and she's shaking her head no, so they're going to change things up. Now she's got what she wants, the pitch. And that one misses. Evens the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. As it is a cool night here in Marshall County. 11-3, Huntland leads it over Cornersville. As this will conclude the regular season for both. Swing and a miss. Stinnett, or she did get a piece of it, excuse me. Fouls that one off. But behind in the count. So let's see if they have her confused and see if they've got her guessing. As she was able to just get enough of that one. Mason the pitch. And went with the off speed, and Stinnett battled it. Was able to hang in there and foul that one off. So credit to Lydia Stinnett, the shortstop. She has given quite the at-bat here to Mason. And again, Mason finally waiting to get the sign that she likes in the pitch. Well, that one, again, staying alive. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Stinnett just keeps chopping away, trying to get a pitch that she likes. The pitch from Mason. Off speed, and that one is hit over to the second baseman. That's going to get through, so a base hit. So Stinnett is aboard with the single, as that is her first base knock of the night, and now a timeout has been called as there will be a meeting in the circle. As it looks like it's just a chat between Jackson and Mason. Several times there, the pitch number was called, and she's looking at her wristband, and she is shaking her head, so I'm not sure if she's just not agreeing with what's being sent in or if she is at the liberty to choose what she wants. She is your senior. So meanwhile, Cornersville with a runner aboard and the pitch, and that one is hit to second, the throw over, and that is going to be in time for the out. So Amelia Begley hits into the fielder's choice as she is out at first, and Stinnett will mosey on over to second. So one down here in the bottom of the sixth, and that will bring up Wharf, who has struck out and grounded out. Swung on, and that one is a foul ball. So Huntland Wharf trying to get aboard for the first time tonight. One out here in the sixth. Stinnett finds herself over on second base, and here's the pitch. And that one fouled off. As Mason will step way back out of the mound, or out of the circle, excuse me, as she is ahead in the count 0-2. And let's see what she gives to Wharf here. With one out in the sixth, the pitch. Off speed, pops it up, left field, and that one should be caught. It is for the second out. The runner will not tag, will not advance. So Wharf with the fly out and a good catch there in left by Bolin. So two down here. Stinnett in scoring position. And McKenzie still the sophomore in the box. Two down here in the sixth. Mason, the pitch. And that one is swing and a miss. And big lead by Stinnett. But she was able to get back to second. So again, Mason ahead in the count as Still takes a strike. And now Stinnett is literally halfway between second and third, daring Huntland to make some kind of throw to where she can advance, hoping that Huntland will make a mistake. But Mason with it calmly in the circle. She has Still in the hole, 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. And Cornersville goes down here in the sixth. So Stinnett stranded at second. Cornersville tried to put a little bit of a fight up, and they trail 11-3. We'll take the break. We'll be back with the seventh in 30 seconds.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
Hobby is on the mound for Cornersville as we go into the seventh inning. As it's the last chance possibly for the Lady Hornets to add to this lead, as they do have the comfortable lead 11-3, but it never hurts to add more insurance as Hobby is warming up. And I believe it is Begley that is behind the plate now, and let's see if there's any more changes for the Lady Hornets, as it does look like Lindsay J. Krabowski will step to the plate. So let's see what Javi has for her. And here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. So Jay Krabowski in the hole 0-1. Goes up there aggressive. Can't blame her. The junior for the Lady Hornets. As Javi set, and here's the delivery. Big swing and a miss, and sort of had her fooled on the change up there. Took something off of it, got it past her. And Lindsay quickly finds herself in the hole 0-2. The pitch from Javi. Swung on, and that one is into right field, and that is going to fall, and that is foul. As Jay Krabowski's trying to round second, but that ball was clearly foul. As in right field, I believe that is Wharf. She tried to make a stab at it along the right field line, and where the ball hit off the glove, indeed it was a foul ball, so good call by the home plate umpire as he caught it. And I believe the umpire out in the field would have concurred if asked. So Jay Krabowski will come back and do it again. Here's the pitch from Javi. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So 1 out here in the 7th. As I think that will bring us back to Millie Walker. Make sure and Javi's pitch there goes down in the dirt. So, yes, indeed, Millie Walker, the sophomore, just making sure. There's been a couple of changes, and just want to make sure have the right personnel in there. So it's Javi against Walker. Walker has struck out. Fielder's choice. She did score last inning. Puts that one into play. Over to short, and that one cannot be handled at first. So she's going to get aboard on the air. So a runner on, as that will bring up Johnson. So Katera Johnson, who walked back in the first. She was out, ground out in the 5th, and then she was able to come around and score in the 6th after she got on with a single. So let's see what she does with a runner aboard here in the 7th. So Walker at first, Johnson in the box, and here's the pitch. Swung on, slapped to third. Here's the throw to second, and that is, they call her out, but I thought maybe she did not have her foot on the bag, and now the umpire is going to verify that indeed the out was made at second. So a fielder's choice for Johnson, as Walker is out going to second. So 2 down here in the 7th, as Stewart will step to the plate, as she had that big single back in the first. She's had a ground out, and she has walked as well, so she's done a little bit of it all. She puts that one into play. The throw over to first is in time, and it retires the side. So not much of a threat put up there in the 7th, but Huntland has put plenty across. They lead at 11-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's see what Cornersville can do. You're listening to Huntland Lady Softball on the Ball Network.
Are you looking for a powerful way to promote your business and support local student athletes? The Ball Network is now seeking sponsors for the 2026 football season. With live broadcasts and social media exposure, your business can reach hundreds of passionate fans across our community.
Back to pass, looking, being pressured, and he is sacked! All the way down inside the 30.
From the regular season to playoff action, we keep eyes on your brand all season long. Join us in supporting your local team while growing your business. Sponsorship spots are limited, so don't wait. Message the Ball Network today to get started.
So bottom of the 7th, Huntland leads at 11-3 over Cornersville, as the Lady Bulldogs will take their last stab at it, as they have their work cut out for them. See if they can push 8 across here in the bottom of the inning. As Mason is still warming up. So she is going to try to go the complete game for Huntland, which is not a surprise to anybody that is a fan of the Lady Hornets, as she is the main cog that gets this machine going. And Huntland's been impressive. They've shown why they are second in the district. So they are eager to get the district tournament underway. But they still need to finish off Cornersville tonight. Huntland leads at 11-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And I believe it should be Peters leading us off. And I believe that is number 11 down there. So she started the game before Hobby came in for her for the Lady Dogs. As Peters just had a rough time in the early going finding the strike zone. Ran into a couple of issues even in the first with a walk and a hit by pitch that cost her and got behind early. Mason the pitch, and that one is fouled down that first base line. So Peters will come back as the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. As Mason is back, she's got the signal. And here's the delivery. That one inside, but a strike is called, and that one just had some wicked movement on it, as that one was looking like it was going to veer off inside, but it finds its way on the inside corner. And the pitch. Strike 3 struck her out, so Peters looking. Did not even offer. So 1 down here in the 7th. And that will bring up the second pitcher of the night for the Lady Bulldogs, is Hobby, is in that 7th spot. So Peters goes down on the strikeout, and now Mason offers to Hobby, and a big swing and a miss. Again, Huntland with the 11-3 lead, as Hobby will step back in the box. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. So quickly ahead in the count goes Mason. No balls, 2 strikes. And Hobby, who has not done a terrible job coming into relief. She had some quality moments there on the mound. In the box, though, takes that one outside. So she does stay alive in the count. Mason there possibly seeing if she would chase it, but she was disciplined enough, and now she's back in the box, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So Hobby goes down swinging. And it's unofficial, but I have Mason down for at least 11 strikeouts on the night. As now Norton is back up, and she is the last hope for Cornersville, as they have 2 outs here in the 7th, trailing 11-3. So Paisley Norton trying to get aboard to keep things alive. And a swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 1 strike. As Norton is set, Mason's ready, and here's the pitch. That one inside. So the ball does get away from the catcher there, but Jackson able to get it back out there to Mason, and now Mason will step back, take a moment, take a little bit of a breather. Now she's back on the rubber, and she's ready, and here's the delivery. Swung on, and that one slapped down the first base line. That is going to go foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Cornersville quite possibly down to their last strike. Let's see if Norton can keep them alive. She has walked back in the 5th. She struck out back in the 3rd, as that one goes for a ball. So Norton back in there. Let's see if Mason can get her. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one is taken for a ball, so things get away, and Norton gets the base. So Norton is aboard on the walk. So a runner aboard, and now let's see who is up for the Lady Dogs, and that'll be number 13, the sophomore Lindley Hazel. So Hazel has grounded out and also had a fielder's choice back in the 5th as Mason just missed the mark outside for ball 1. So Norton at first, LJ Hazel in the box, trying to keep things alive for the Lady Dogs. Mason on the mound. She's gone the whole way for the Hornets. The pitch. And that one off speed, and excellent job there of Hazel just battling, able to get something on it, but fouls it down the first base line. So she'll step back in the box. Again, our runner at first is Norton. Mason, the pitch. And again, fouled down the first base line. It was an off speed, but Hazel just able to get a piece of it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Cornersville down to their last strike possibly. See what Hazel can do with this one. Again, a runner at first. The pitch from Mason. Swing and a miss, struck her out, and that is the ball game. That's a winner. So Huntland wins this one 11-3. If you're listening along, we appreciate you joining us. We apologize for all the technical difficulties. We hope that the audio broadcast came through. So we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Again, your final score, Huntland wins it 11-3. We thank you for your time this time. Until next time, I'm David Knowles, and this is the Ball Network.